Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at Purphoros Bronze Blooded as a commander for a deck tech. Now, when I was looking at this commander, going through the cards that could work with him, the whole time I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, this is dirty, filthy, disgusting commander. This is amazing. So the new Purphoros is a 5 mana, 7/6, indestructible god as usual, devotion to 5 to get online as normal. Other creatures you control have haste, but here's the fun part. 3 mana, you may put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So sorry, no Eldrazi, and also I'm not putting Blightsteel Colossus in here because I kind of respect myself. A little bit, maybe? So pretty much mono red, cheat good things in. What is mana cost? You don't care. You just pay 3 mana, throw it in, great into the battlefield effects, great attack declaration effects, because it just gives everything haste. He's the king of aggro commander, and he catches people off guard because you drop big things out way earlier than you should. Now, a big card a lot of people are comparing him to is Zerylin of the Claw. This was a mono red commander that was all about dragons. You can search your library for any dragon card straight into play, but you had to exile it in a turn. Now, Purphoros is the same mana cost. He's indestructible. He's a 7/6 versus a 3/5. He offers haste. They're both a 3 mana ability, but his is another tap. But he plays from the hand, but he's not restricted to one creature type. So the argument is he better than a Zerylin? I think so. He's got far better potential, I believe. So 3 very key cards in this deck. Sundial the Infinite and Conjurer's Closet. We'll kind of talk about these 2 separately. So Sundial, you may pay 1, tap it in the turn, just right there. Now we use this for creatures we cheat in with Purphoros, because the creature goes away in the turn, you have to sacrifice it then. While all the sacrifice mechanics go in the stack, in response, you activate a Sundial on top. In the turn, you get to keep creatures forever. Similar effect with Conjurer's Closet. At the end of turn, you may flicker a creature. Again, on the sacrifice stacks that occur at the same time, you may choose to put this one on top. Flicker the creature, its new ID, new entity, and it stays on the board. It's a great option. Sneak Attack, similar thing as our commander, it's just more of a redundancy plan here. You may pay 1 mana, put any creature from your hand on the battlefield, same effect. Now, this is where this deck gets really greedy, and this is kind of why you see it's worth running. Felder on the third path, just 3 mana, tap him, make a token copy of any creature in your graveyard, except it's an artifact, and it gains haste, and you sack it in turn. These cards you cheat in with the commander. Let's go another round. And Lifeline, a very risky card in commander. So it's a 5 mana artifact, not many people play with it. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard and a creature is in play, return that creature from the graveyard back to play end of turn. So this works for your opponent too, but the idea is our creatures are hopefully of greater value, bigger and earlier out than our opponents. So if we're losing an 8 mana creature, we'll probably get it back versus our opponent's maybe 3 or 4 CMC creatures. So hopefully just outvalue our opponent. But if your commander's online, you lose a creature because of his own ability, having to be sacked in a turn, it comes back at end of turn anyway. It's amazing. And then a really good card that's kind of starting to show its worth for Magic Origins, Flame Shadow Conjuring. It's a 4 mana enchantment. Pretty much whenever a non-token is battlefield, you may pay 1 red, make a copy of it, the copy goes away into turn. But that means all these great cards on our deck with great into battlefield effects or attack effects, just more value to you. Quickly, other cards here, Fires of Invention. You can't cast more than 2 spells a turn, but if you've got more lands than spell CMC, you can play it for free. Now, this kind of helps us with our very expensive cards later on. A lot of our deck is in like the 7-8 CMC range, so playing some cards for free based on your land count is pretty good. Treasonous Ogre, simply paying 3 life for 1 red mana. You might be tempted to pay 9 life to activate Purphoros, that will happen. Panharmonicon, no brainer, really good into battlefield effects in this deck, so easy one. And Warstorm Surge, you just get to burn things equal to creatures' power when they enter. A lot of big creatures in this deck, so another great option. Alright, now that special sauce, why we play these cards in this commander. Atali the Primal Storm, I was going to say dragon, he's actually a dinosaur. 6 mana dinosaur, 6/6. Whenever Atali attacks, exile the top card of each player's library, you may cast any number of non-land cards exiled this way without paying their cost. The value is real in a 4-player game. You pay 3 mana with your commander, drop him into the board with haste, just yeet him on in there, and you hopefully get 4 non-land permanents for free. You're living the dream. Ilkag the Razor Boar. He's amazing. He is Purphoros' best friend. So he's 5 mana 6/6 with trample, a boar god as well. Whenever he attacked, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step, but when he dies or goes into exile from the battlefield, you may put him back into your library third from the top. So if he's taking creatures from your hand onto the battlefield to get more value out of them, then they go back to your hand and you can do it again or use Purphoros to put that creature back into play. He lets you just abuse a lot more value out of your cards in your hand. And the fact that when he dies, he's a pain in the butt for your opponent to keep him away. He's going to keep coming back and he's just best friends with Purphoros. I love Kazul. He's a great option, a bit more of a trick card. Play him on your opponent's turn thanks to Purphoros being instant speed. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks you, if you're the defending player, you get a 3/3 token unless they pay 3 mana. So just before their attack phase, bring him in with the commander and go, give me an army please. Now what about kiki-jiki? Just such good creatures in this deck, good value. He works well with pretty much anything, but we also run Combat Celebrant, which has an amazing combination of infinite combat. So the idea is, if he hasn't exerted, when he attacks you may exert him. If you do, untap all your other creatures you control and there's an additional combat phase. But with kiki-jiki, you make a token and you just use the token to exert itself and then have another combat, and then you get to untap your creatures, untap kiki-jiki, make another token. It's just infinite combat, infinite tokens. Or why not steal a few things from your opponent? Zada's Conscript, steal any permanent your opponent controls until end of turn. Play this on your opponent's turn maybe. If they're attacking you, steal one of their own creatures to block for you. Steal a Planeswalker, ult it, whatever you want. Or how about Hellkite Tyrant? When hits an opponent, gain control of all their artifacts. Artifacts are rampant in Commander, so bring him in with Purphoros. He's got haste, flying and trample. Just throw him in there, see what you can steal. Or let's go for the hand, steal a few instant sorceries. Mindclaw Shaman, play something from their hand without paying its cost. Can't go wrong. We've even got some like tutoring effects. The Hoarding Dragon enters the battlefield, search your library for an artifact, throw it underneath. When the dragon dies, probably because of Purphoros' own sack ability built in, you get the artifact to your hand. I would probably be getting Sundial Infinite or the Closet personally to get those free creatures later on. Or Clone Shell. It's a very weird uncommon from Scars Mirrodin, 5 mana 2/2 with Imprint. When it enters battlefield, look at top 4, put a card underneath it face down. Probably going to pick a creature card, but when it's put to the graveyard, if it's a creature card underneath, just put it straight to the battlefield. Hopefully it gets you a bit more value. Now, this is kind of the damage theme of your special source. You'll see a lot of dragons here. Dragons do a lot of burning when they attack or enter the battlefield. So you've got more of the flames. When it attacks, hit something for 4 and hit 2 other things for 3, 10 damage just there. The spawn of Thraxos, burn something equal to the number of mountains you control. Bogard and Hellkite enters, splash 5 damage where you want. Tyrant's Familiar, when it attacks, if you've got your commander out, which you probably do because your commander is indestructible, you get to burn something for 7. Just see very easily there. Dragons coming in very quickly and cheap with the commander. A lot of damage, good reward. More dragons, Balefire Dragon, hits your opponent, hits all their creatures at the same time. Infernal Titan enters and attacks, you get to deal 3 damage splash where you want, so 6 damage out the gate with your commander. Why not Heartless Hitsugu? Spin him like a Beyblade, rip him hard as you can, just start chunking people's life totals in half. And the new Terror of Mount Velas. He might as well be a flying cradle of behemoth in this deck. He enters battlefield, all your creatures get double struck on a turn. With the commander, other great high value cards, that could be instant death on the board right there. Or we've got a bit more direct removal, Meteor Golem can hit any non-land permanent, Duplicate just exiles the opponent's creature and gets a little bit bigger, hopefully. And I do run Udvora Hellkite because I have a lot of dragons, so I might build a dragon army in this deck. But you can see all these cards in Special Source have high CMC, but idea is your commander cheats them in. Alright, gonna get towards the end here. Support, Heartstone, reduce ability cost, simply for your commander. Does work for your opponent too though, but Purphoros at 2 mana, your opponent's gonna be sweating. The Mortal Sun, great card for this deck. Planeswalkers, shut down, you draw additional card, your stuff's 1 mana cheaper, and you buff your whole team. No brainer. And Lightning Greaves, because it's funny on an indestructible commander, so it can't be targeted or destroyed. Good luck getting rid of him to your opponent. Dockside Extortionist, Solemn and Burnished Heart here just bring a lot of value to the board for us. A lot of ramp through treasure tokens, fetching basic lands out or drawing cards. They're just great little utility creatures for us. Right, Kill It Dead, removal. So I really want to try the new Storm's Wrath, like our red Wrath of God pretty much. Deals full damage to pretty much everything on the board. I like it. I love Ruination in mono basic decks, and I love the artwork in this card. Just wreck all the non-basic lands. We've got 35 lands in our deck, 30 which are mountains. We'll be fine. And the Act here just as another board wipe, hopefully to burn everything dead as well. A bit more direct removal, Lightning Bolt, always bolt the bird. A Braid, bit of creature removal and artifact if we need it. Vandal Blast, just artifact removal or if we have to overload it. And Museum Orders again, creature removal with Overload if you need it. Right into draw. Mono red doesn't do draw very well, so we try where we can, but a lot of our draw is dependent on our commander bringing in really big dumb creatures to get a good advantage. So Bedlam Reveler, big 8 mana thing with ability reduction though. When it enters battlefield, you can discard your hand and draw 3 cards. If you got nothing, great. Similar idea with Octave Agonies, enters battlefield, ditch your hand, draw 3 cards, but has Escape built in, which can keep coming back, which is cool. Combustible Gearhulk, your opponent gets the choice of giving out 3 cards and taking a ton of damage, that's fine. And Sandstone Oracle, if your opponent has more cards than you, you draw equal to them, match them. It's good draw for red, but you can see the CMC is very high there, so use your commander to get these in. Dragon Mage, every time a deal's coming damage to a player, each player discards a hand, draws up to 7. For us, being able to refuel back up to 7 and just start throwing out cards with Purphoros again, great option. Mind's Eye, nice little bit of trickle draw when you need it. Skull Clamp, not a bad option. You can throw it onto a creature you've just cheated in with Purphoros, do some combat with it. When it dies in a turn, you draw 2 additional cards. And Faithless Looting, if I can't have it in Modern, I'm going to play it here. Alright, Mana Rocks. I've gone very hard into the Mana Rocks because Purphoros is expensive to keep him going, and if you do lose him, you still need to cast these big CMC cards to get him back. So Sol Ring, Fan Dynamo must have. Mana Vault is a defo have, but if you've also got Mana Crypts, run them, because that free cheap mana, you want it. Ruby Medallion, just as reduction across the whole board. I like the idea of Mindstone, Hedron Archive, and Dreamstone, pretty much levels 1, 2, and 3, because they can ramp and we can draw cards out of them later on when we need to. And with Commander Sphere 2, you can draw cards when you need it. I want to give Nyx Lotus a go, so I'm trialing this deck. You just produce mana equal to your devotion in red. Our cards have pretty good devotion, so I'm hoping it works. Just an easy Fire Diamond here. Iron Crag Feet is pretty fun. 4 mana, he has 7 mana back, but have 1 more spell this turn. That's fine, sink that 7 mana into your commander. So Braid of Fire is a very interesting card in this deck. 2 mana enchantment, cumulative upkeep, you add a red mana to your pool. Now, most upkeep effects are always negative, they're trying to hurt you. This one is only positive, you're only gaining mana, there's nothing wrong with this. But this makes it difficult because the red mana has to be used in the upkeep. Not many decks can use that mana in that little window, but your commander can. You can just sink into his ability and start getting free effects off and dump more creatures onto the board for this turn. Alright, lands. Only 5 non-basics here. Valakut, because hopefully get a free couple hits in with it. Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter because I hate my friends. Mirrored Landscape, get some lands out of your deck, hopefully speed you up a bit. Shrine to Nyx, produces mana based on devotion, no brainer in monocolor decks. And 30 basic mountains, simple deck, 100 cards right there. Alright guys, so that's my deck tech for Purphoros. As you can probably tell, I'm very excited for him. I think he's a great commander. He might become one of the best red commanders out there. Even in another deck, he's quite a good card. I can see Anima liking this guy a lot. But what is mana? You could just pick your favorite big dumb red creatures or artifact creatures, throw them into him, and you'll probably get something working. He just has so much value. Most decks can't handle you going from probably playing this guy on turn 4 or 5, then the turn after that, paying 3 mana twice to cheat in probably 2 8 CMC or more cards. Most decks can't handle that huge jump in power. And if you hit those mana rocks early on and you do it earlier, he's such a nuts commander. Alright guys, let me know your thoughts and have a good one. Catch you later. Bye. If you enjoyed that video guys, please give us a like, helps out the channel a lot, pushes the video through the algorithm so more people can see it, and only 10% of my viewers are subs, so please consider it maybe. And thank you to my patrons, you guys are absolute living legends, and what do you guys think about Purphoros? I hope you guys are degenerates like me. Thank you guys.